do we want?
Vanessa!
When do we want her?
No!
Queremos a Vanessa!
While everyone's asking questions about Vanessa, Army investigators realize via cell phone records that the day that Vanessa went missing, Specialist Robinson has called his girlfriend, 22-year-old Cecily Aguilar, multiple times in the middle of the night. You can't be at home with your girlfriend and calling her multiple times. Something seems off there.
Cecily Aguilar, it turns out, is the estranged wife of a former soldier, Keon Aguilar.
Everyone who knew her at school knew how big her heart was and how big of a sweetheart she was.
According to Cecily's friend AYRREN, in 2019, Specialist Robinson moved in with Cecily and her husband, Keon.
She was just like, this is Keon's friend. They're in the Army together.
AYRREN says that Cecily told her that she was having a rough time in her marriage and that she had developed this relationship with Aaron Robinson.
She had told me that when she moved out of Keon's house, that Aaron had came with her, and they were dating.
They were boyfriend-girlfriend. Not a normal boyfriend-girlfriend situation, since her husband was another unit member.
Keon Aguilar was going around the base telling everybody that Robinson moved in on his wife.
A month after Robinson consents to having his cell phone records searched, investigators interview his girlfriend, Cecily Aguilar, and they say she backs up Aaron's story.
She says that she couldn't find her phone. That's why he reportedly was calling it so many times in the middle of the night that evening.
The investigators seem to buy her explanation, but is it a missed red flag?
The morning of June 23rd, the family attorney, and Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia are meeting with leadership there at the base at Fort Hood.
It was useless. All they did was show me a map and the areas where they supposedly searched in, and I was like, you brought me in to see a map.
Not only they were not being transparent, they were being very elusive about it. And that's not how you handle a missing person case.
And then I was really taken aback by a comment that one of the investigators made when we asked the question about their sexual harassment issues, because her response was something like, well, we really didn't look at that because that's misconduct. So I just said, no, wait a minute, what do you mean you're not going to look at sexual harassment? I mean, that could be the reason for her disappearance. It could be a motive.
CID says it was a misunderstanding. What do you find when you looked into that case?
We didn't see any indications that they looked at sexual misconduct or any mistreatment of Vanessa Guillen by any person in the Army. I can't say it didn't happen, but there's no documentation of it that we saw.
The Guillen family attorney asks a pretty routine question: was there any cameras in the area where Vanessa went missing?
Army officials stated there were no cameras in the area where the incident took place.
There's some limited and poor quality, not 21st century video surveillance going on.
On a military base? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there were very few cameras in operation at all.
It came to a point, until we kept pressuring and pressuring, that they finally admitted that foul play was involved.
When they finally come out to do a news conference, they finally used a term that I think got everyone's attention.
They are using the words now, foul play, and they are looking at potential criminal activity having occurred.
It was like, about time they said it. We've been knowing since when it first happened, because nothing makes sense. Nothing.
There's two moments in that news conference that really stood out. It's one, when Mama Guillen goes to the podium.
Porque si Dios no lo quiera, mi hija aparece muerta, cierra esta base.
You did not need to speak Spanish to understand this mother's pain.
Yo necesito a mi niña y la quiero viva a mis brazos, a mi lado, porque si no, no sé qué sería de mí. Yo necesito a mi preciosa conmigo.
I think the Army was caught off guard by the power of that family, by the emotion of that family.
And then Lupe was very passionate, so I pulled her aside afterwards, and She just cried out from the heart.
I just want her alive because how is it possible to go missing on base, on a military base? How is that possible?
And those are the two moments that I think really catapulted that story at this particular moment. You could not pay attention.
No one could ignore it. The story explodes into the news cycle. It goes national.
The Army suspects foul play now.
I've never seen more of a mishandled case in my life.
It's a major mistake on the part of the Army.
New details about what happened to Vanessa in the months before she vanished.
She just told us how uncomfortable she was with being around this individual.
I wanted to just punch the wall because they called my family liars.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.